We drive the CUPRA Born, all the attitude, none of the negativity, and how this car is cleaning up the oceans, and why it is the hot hatch rebel. The hot hatch, all the fun, only just enough sensibility. It's a recipe that hasn't changed for nearly 50 years. It hasn't had to change for nearly 50 years, but now it has with this, the all-new CUPRA Born. It's a hot hatch, yes, but there's no front-wheel drive and no four-cylinder engine. This is Cupra's first EV, their firstborn if you like. It is a true hot hatch complete with a gigantic rear spoiler and a go faster button. CUPRA is a new badge, but not a new brand. The sporting arm of SEAT, which is the Spanish division of Volkswagen, based in Barcelona. They love brave design and sporty performance. Just check out our Formenta drive to see what I mean. And you can see it in the Born. You know, most EVs are sort of cuddly organic shapes, whereas this machine is downright aggressive. I mean, look at it. It looks like it wants to attack roads, not save the planet. So plenty of style, but zero pretense. Look, here's the perfect example. The Born has no front space. It only gets half a bonnet. If the front is pure Born, the rear is all CUPRA with the coast-to-coast tail-light cluster. The electric under tray adds a touch of height, otherwise this car is trademark hot hatch with those 90-inch wheels and lowered stance. I really can't wait to drive this thing. It's such a hot hatch. I mean, look at that insane rear spoiler. And of course, there is that hot hatch practicality in the back. Boot space is a very hatchy 385 litres and 1267 litres with the seats folded. About the same size as a Golf GTI, funnily enough. Well, speaking of the Golf, the CUPRA Born shares the touch-sensitive controls under the 12-inch monitor with all the goodies, your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, heaps of great storage, and here you'll find wireless phone charging. The interior is minimalistic with the gear selector up on the dash near the smaller speed display screen, but it's not without gadgets. The Born's also got the full suite of safety assistance and also those things to keep your dignity safe. It'll park itself. There's also ambient lighting in every possible shade and sports seats. On the subject of seats, they're made out of something called sequel yarn. It's recycled, but not like you think. It's made from plastic waste collected from the sea, rivers and lakes by communities and fishermen. That is seriously good for the planet. And they're also good to sit in, which I'm doing now as we introduce the Born to New Zealand roads. It's simple too, no start button, hop in, foot on the brakes, select your gear, and you're off and going into the great New Zealand autumn. Along with the seats, the rest of the Born is a net zero car. And that means that thanks to the use of renewable energy sources in manufacture and across the supply chain, along with carbon offsets, this car arrived carbon neutral. Yes, so you could feel just a little smug knowing that, and that's not the only thing you'll feel in the CUPRA Born. That's thanks to this button here. It's got the CUPRA logo on it. You push it, it's called eBoost officially. An extra 20 kilowatts just added to the output, taking this car up to 170. I like to call it the fun button. That's 230 horsepower, by the way, not quite as much as a GTI. So as a result, this hot hatch isn't quite as potent as the iconic GTI. Officially, it will go from 0 to 100 in 7 seconds flat. It would be easy to classify this as a great car around town. The truth is, it's on these back roads that I'm loving the Born the most. Heading out here on the motorway, it felt great. But it's on these roads where the stiffer suspension really starts to shine. You haven't got the drama of the engine noise, but everything else is there. It is legitimately sharp. And then you've got the added bonus of the rear wheel drive. That's old school sports car setup. Even on these wet roads, this is properly sharp. But it's not all about fast. There's also a drive profile button, including an eco mode, of course. That brings me to the EV numbers. WLTP range is 511 kilometres, and that 77 kilowatt hour battery can be charged from 5 to 80% in as little as 30 minutes. That battery also has an 8-year 160,000k warranty. That goes with a 5-year roadside assist and a 5-year 100,000 kilometre mechanical warranty. But the number I expect will get the most attention is the price. This Born, as you said, is $77,990 at the CUPRA garage, and that's before the Clean Car Rebate, which will take the price down to under $71,000. Now, you could argue that that price is enough to convince, but I think this car is more than that. I really believe it is the new GTI as a genre. Hear me out here. It's quick enough, it's fun enough, it's practical enough, it looks the part, and it's priced right. You know, the whole zero emission thing is, well, just an added bonus. The CUPRA Born, I believe, is the hot hatch reborn.